there's a fucking damn good possibility this guy from Boise State that everybody in the world is drooling over at running back, that Benjamin Brown asked me about in the comments, would I take him at 6? Let me come back to that, because I think you got to look at the wide receiver depth chart before you can answer that question. But let's come back to that question, because it's a great question, Benjamin. But here's where my mindset is for this first round pick. Is I think with Geno, you're safe enough at the quarterback position that I don't think you're going to gamble and try to grab generational talent at 6 with who's ever left, because I think the top 2 quarterbacks are probably going to go before you get a chance. So I think you can gamble at a 2 or 3 position quarterback to add a guy in to your depth chart at quarterback at that later position. But let's look at your wide receiver depth chart. Just like we looked at the running back depth chart. Jakobi Meyers is your number 1 wide receiver. Jakobi is not a number 1 wide receiver. He is an amazing number 2 wide receiver. He is a complimentary wide receiver to a number 1. And he did a great job trying to fill in for a bitch-ass number 1 wide receiver who left the Raiders last year. But he's not a number 1. So you don't have a number 1 on roster. Behind him, talent-wise, you got Trey Tucker, Kyle Phillips, Ramil Keaton, Christian Wilkerson, Alex Bachman. You know, I can go on to the next 2 or 3, but as you see, talent falls off. Tyreek McAllister. None of those are anywhere near even a 2. Those guys are 4, 5, 6 depth chart guys. Guys that you maybe need to plug in, special teams, you know, maybe 5 wide sets, you throw some of these speedsters in, tall guys on, you know, go routes. That's what these guys are. So you have no number 1 wide receiver. So yes, Gene T's sexy, man. I mean, he's got all the tape running on the blue field and shit. It looks sexy, but there are no more number 1 wide receivers in the free agent market. There were barely any to start the free agent market. So there just aren't any out there. There just aren't. So unless you're going to trade for a number 1 wide receiver, you're looking at that 6th spot. Do you now go best man available that can fill your wide receiver or your running back needs? Which guy do you have graded higher? Which need do you have graded higher on this team? Do you think that you can address the running back? This is a deep running back draft. I know Gene T's a sexy pick, man. Everybody wants I do too, man. Everybody wants to jump and have a sexy pick this year. We're at 6. Usually at 6, that's when you can go buy a fucking new jersey. You know, you got a guy that you can be excited about to see on the field for the whole season. I get it, man. We all want that sexy pick. I want a sexy pick too. But this is a deep running back draft. So you could probably address your running back position with undrafted free agents, draft picks, and possibly 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. So do you go a McMillan if he's there at wide receiver, or one of these top graded wide receivers in the draft? Because Geno needs a number 1. I mean, run Jakobi Meyers and Trey Tucker, and it's a fucking fall off after there, man. It really is with who you've got on the depth chart right now. On paper right now. I know they're going to make moves. I know there's still things to happen. There's a lot to happen. But when you're looking right now, if you had to run with what you had right now, I don't know.